Hey guys, it's Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching. I'm over here setting up a video where I'm trying to show that we're right in the perfect position to get a combo fired for a short. We're currently short 63.64 with a stop at 67. And the reason for it is we've had this blue algo fire, this speed bar. And if this bar doesn't print, we have a really good chance of having a contra algo fire that would tell us that it's short. We're also in general resistance up here. And if you look at the wave count, we have the largest wave. And what's interesting about that wave is that wave is the biggest of all the waves to the left, with the exception of this one over here, but it can't make it above the top of this wave over here. So the largest wave to the high, right? So it's really pressing back in. If we can get them to release, it could be a really big release. So currently short 63.64, stop 67. It's a very precise stop, and that lets us. The first part's the first leg of the trade. We'll add to the trade if we get the rest of the algo to kick in, and we're looking for a down arrow, a yellow bar, a bar with 2 or 3 diamonds underneath. There's a couple of options that we have, so you can see in real time. Right, we're short 63.64. Stop is 67, so it's a very tight stop. We're looking for the roll to the downside. So you already, as I was telling Dietrich in the room, you can already get your risk off, right? You're short 63, 64 against 66, 67. It's 3 points, right? And now the stop remains the same, right? So what I want to do is see this bar turn yellow when it closes there at 55 1/4. Really hoping that they sweep that and turn that yellow. You can see how big the volume bar is showing up here. There's a lot of sell volume coming in. So that did not print. So I am scaling off at 55 right here, half my risk. So now if I get stopped, it's a free ride. It's really going to, if this arrow shows up, see that triangle that's showing up? It's the fourth bar. I usually like the algo to set up on the third or fourth bar, but we're very clear where the stop is now. As a matter of fact, you can actually move the stop down to 66, but we'll leave it at 67. It's so tight that from where we are, and we have no risk. Again, this trade ends profitably no matter what. So you're watching. What we want is that we need it to print now at 51 1/4. Now I'm taking a little bit of a different approach to this trade because it's the end of the day. I want to make sure I have my risk covered, so I won't add to the trade. I just want to see if it'll roll down. I can't lose money on it. No, no. Sorry, my dog is trying to bite me. Puppy. Good boy. Good boy. No biting. Go teeth somewhere else, not on my physical person. So painful. There you go. Now we got the setup. See the arrow down? Shows me the sellers have stepped in, right? Now my stop's right up here. I have no risk. Normally I would add to the trade here, right? Now we just need it to roll. Gonna take a little bit of time to make this happen, but we might have them. And if not, we have them either way. We've gotten the risk off on the trade. Normally, this trade would actually start on this down arrow right here, but they gave us such an easy low risk option over here because see if this bar didn't print down, there's no way to get this combo, right? So once you learn the combos as I teach them, right, you just know there's that trade has to work that way, right? So let's see if we can get it to roll down. We're looking pretty good. I already have all the risk off on this trade, so I can just sit back and let it work for me. ES setup as well. I didn't catch it because my focus was on NQ. So we're now up 20 points on the trade, more or less, $400 a contract. Again, at this point per contract, right? You took your risk off at 5. You're trailing your trailer. So if you had 2 contracts, you're just going to have to figure out where you want to cover. I was just telling some of the members in the room, hey, I'm going to ride this until I'm up really big on the day already. I'm going to ride it until it doesn't until it triggers either a high odds long, right, or it stops me. One of the two. It might stop me without triggering the long. At this point, again, from 62, 64, we almost have 30 points on the trade, 25, which is $500 a contract. And again, while you're watching this, I'm going to make a shameless pitch for the room. If you would like to come visit us in the room and learn how we trade with precision, email me at tradeandperform, TRADENPERFORM @gmail.com. The room is not expensive. The software is not expensive. The trades are awesome and the rewards are fantastic, right? Again, you could have just closed this for close to a $500 per contract profit. You got all your risk off relatively quickly. We were way ahead of the curve on that setup. But even if you took it proper, right, meaning you waited for this down bar to fill at 51, you still got a 51 to 37, which would be 51, 41, 200, about $260 a contract. Not bad, right? Again, just the nut bar is not enough to make me come out of this trade. I'll sit patiently and let it work. It might backside test all the way back up. Again, I have had a very good day, and I have the ability to sit through this trade all the way to the close. You doing all right over there? Good boy. So let's see what happens from here. We've technically got them where we want them. We just need to survive this last part. The shorts in the last half hour are tough, right? Again, we got a really early head start on that trade. It worked out really beautifully. And again, the whole thing there is since the stops are fixed in our process, you can increase your RR by entering the trade, by adding to the trade the closer it gets to the stop, because that stop is not variable, right? If that stop had been hit, the whole trade would have been busted, and you would have waited for the next setup. It's really key to understanding that. So I'm going to pause it here, and I'll let y'all know how it works out. Y'all got the main idea of how the trade ends. How the trade entered. I'll just come back when I close it out, so you can see the end result. Either a stop, right? Which again, it'll be a profitable stop. I got more than my risk off. It'll be a tiny trade. And I'm willing to let it go until it stops me there. So I'll pop back in. I don't want to bore y'all watching a video that takes forever to complete. And we'll go from there. So again, guys, you can see where this almost came right up to stop me. The stop is right here, right? That was the top. The stop was 67, right there. And you can see, so the short still lives. That's a good setup. The algo fired hard to the downside, and I'd look for some follow-up to the downside from there. I'm still short the original position. The trailer almost got stopped. I'll keep y'all updated on how that trade works out. But this is exactly how I execute the trades and wait for them to play out. So, again, sometimes they do stop me, but I'm going for the bigger push today because I have that luxury of I'm up quite a bit today, so over 4K. So I'll just let it keep riding. And I will update y'all again in just a moment. Hey guys, just continued update on the trade here. We came up and we came all the way back. You see 67, that's where the stop is. It just didn't tag. I'm hoping we can get a little sweep to the downside. ES is providing a little help here late in the day, so I'm still hoping for a late day sweep. I've got 15 minutes left. Worst case scenario for me is I close this trade out for a smaller profit than I have currently. Best case scenario is they roll it over, so we shall see where they go. In continuing to update the trade, if this triangle down prints, right, my stop can go right above that 51 net for the whole trade. That actually triggers another short. So if you want to be really safe, you can just put it at 55. But if this closes down here at 40, it actually triggers an additional short. I'm not going to add to it because it's so late in the day, but that is an additional trigger. So now stop will move, As soon as that prints, come on, print it. There we go. So stop goes to right here. Okay, guys, and that closes out the trade there at 55. Right, so I had a chance to get it to roll to the downside. It didn't. It actually triggered a long side trade over here just the last couple minutes of the day. So I'm wrapping it up. I'm very happy. We started out up here at 64, right, on this trade. We ran all the way down to 35. It's a 30-point trade. We took the risk off a little bit early because it was late in the day. Came all the way back, almost stopped us out. Had I taken a heavier scale, I would have added back up here because the stop was so tight, right? Came within 2 points of the stop. Then it came back down here. And then obviously once I got this trigger right here for the short, you hold on to it. So in this case, it stopped out. That's fine. It's always a little bit of roulette at the end of the day. And I hope everyone had a good week. That's how we do it. If you'd like to visit the room, give us send me an email, tradeandperform, TRADE, the letter N, PERFORM @gmail.com. Talk to you later, guys.